What is going on, guys? Anatoly from Define Agile here. Thank you for watching. It's complicated times when people are staying home and the virus is everywhere, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes to first of all tell you that please stay safe. It's very important for you to stay safe these days. Work remotely, stay at home, and yeah, stay safe. On that note, I want to talk about, is it possible to do agile when you are working remotely, and what would be some of the tips and tricks that you can apply while being remote. We all know that many companies are moving fully remotely now. Many people have to work remotely, and it can be hard. Like if you haven't done that before, it might be confusing, it might be scary. So today let's talk about how we can make this process easier and better. First of all, can you do agile while being remote? Of course you can. Agile is a mindset. It's a mindset of continuously delivering, checking how you're doing, is collaborating. So all of this can be done remotely, no problem. Well, it is harder to do this well if you are fully remote than if you are located on the same site. However, being a team that's only in the office, it's very rare these days. Most of the clients I work with, they have distributed teams, so we are already learning how to be remote. And we should continue doing that. So, importantly, when you're working remotely, people are in a different time zone, so you need to respect that. If you are asking someone to do something, you should not expect reply right away because they might be in a different time zone. So it's important to keep documentation in a centralized place that everyone can access it. It's important to have tools like chat tools that people can look at their own time when they start working. In many companies, we use a tool called Slack, and it's working pretty well. It's like a chat, but you also can do video calls. You can create some routines that would allow you to remind people about the meetings and stuff like that. So in many companies, we use Slack as a centralized hub that would sort of use some algorithm that we program it to remind people of processes, to show people what documentation is, to send the links when the video conferencing is starting and stuff like that. So we use Slack for that. There's also video conferencing tools these days. There are lots of them, and many of them are free. Some of the ones that we use is Zoom. It's a pretty good one. I think they have a paid plan if you go to certain number of people. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check that, but they have a free plan as well. So you can try it and use it for free. People use Skype, though I find that when there's many people, Skype is not as good as, let's say, Zoom, and Google Hangouts as well. So, or now they call Google Meet or something like that. So Google has their own tool that is also free, and they have some tier for companies as well. This is the tools we use for video chats. We do, like when you are remote, you need to make sure that all the meetings can accommodate people who are in different time zones. So, and also don't invite people who don't have to be in certain meetings. So if you know that you need to have a meeting, but there are people, let's say in India, and it's night for them, and you're sending them meeting invites, they'll be not happy about it. So either figure out the best time for everyone, or figure out who needs to be in certain meetings. So be very cautious when you're inviting a lot of people in certain meetings. And try to not to make too many meetings. These days when people are spread across the globe, having those meetings where everyone needs to participate, well, I don't know, it's not working very well. So if you have certain meetings that you have in your calendar, let's say you do Scrum and you have retrospectives, you do sprint plannings or demos, and they're scheduled and they accommodate different time zones, well, those meetings are fine. But if you're having a whole bunch of different brainstorming meetings in the times where people are not ready to join and it's not their work day, well, that's not good. Also, yeah, ticketing system. So when you are working with remote teams, make sure that your ticketing system is on point. You have a good process how you record your tickets. I have I have a video on story writing, so check that out. It talks about how to write stories, some tips on that, but make sure that you do have complete tickets that people can pick up and work autonomously. They don't have to go back to you and ask you for more details, that they have everything they need. This will make sure that your team is efficient. These days you need to put as much information as possible and make sure that you preload everything and that people who are looking at it, they have everything they need. Very, very important. For notes, if you have a meetings, if people cannot attend the meetings, make sure you have the meeting minutes. We use a tool called Confluence for documentation like meeting minutes, retrospective notes. We use Confluence for that. We use Jira in many of my teams for tickets and everything related to tickets and the process. So Jira and Confluence, and always put the date on your meeting notes. Always put who was present on the meeting notes and what was decided. So, and make sure people know that if they miss something, they need to read the meeting notes. If they ask questions about something, oh, there's a new process, and they did not read the meeting notes, it means if you didn't communicate well or they're not following the process. So you really need to make sure that people are following the process in remote teams, because it's very, very important. Those will be some of the tips. I know it's a lot. There are much more, but I need to make sure that I don't overload you with too much information. So if you have any more specific questions, please let me know in the comments down below. If you think it's valuable for you, please subscribe to the channel. I'm doing this for you. I really appreciate you guys taking time and watching. I also have some news for you. I'm launching a Jira course in a couple of weeks. You will be looking over the shoulder how I build my Jira for Scrum teams, for Kanban teams, how I automate the hell out of Jira. So if this is something that you want, please let me know. I'll give you a link so you can sign up, or put in the comments that you want to join the first batch of people who will have this training. It will not be expensive and it will give you value, I'm sure it will. So that was it for today. If you have any questions, yeah, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.